Let's be real. Your salary might be steady, but everything else, maybe not so much. Prices are climbing, bills keep showing up uninvited, and by the time you hit week 3, your account balance begins to look like a ghost town. Empty. Does that sound familiar? Well, on today's episode of 9 to 5 and Thriving, we're talking about how to make your salary stretch without feeling like you're constantly sacrificing. These 6 strategies aren't just about cutting your joy. They are about creating control. So let's get into it. The first, pay yourself first, then pay your bills. Most people treat savings like leftovers, whatever remains after bills and spending. But that mindset guarantees inconsistency. When emergencies hit or temptations arise, savings are the first casualty. Over time, this erodes your financial confidence and keeps you stuck in survivor mode. So before you start paying rent, utilities, or anyone else, set aside a fixed percentage of your income for savings or investment, even if it's 5%. This simple shift moves you from reactive spending to intentional wealth building. You are not just earning, you are growing. Hey, before we go on to the next point, have you clicked on the subscribe button? Please click on the subscribe button, like the video, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Second point, break your budget into weekly segments. Monthly budgets often feel like distant promises, you start strong, but by week 3, you're just scrambling. That's because most people don't track their spending rhythm. They only track the totals. Without a weekly awareness, it's easy to overspend early and suffer later. So break your spending plan into weekly limits. If you allocate maybe $20 for food, that's $50 per week. This helps you adjust quickly if you overspend early, and it keeps your financial awareness sharp throughout the month. Number 3, use physical or mental envelopes for spending categories. When food is pulled into one account, it's hard to know what else is truly available. You might think you have enough, but forget that half of it is already committed. This leads to accidental overspending and financial stress. Assign clear limits to categories like food, transport, entertainment, and giving. Whether you use cash, separate accounts, or a simple notebook, stick to your envelope. When it's empty, pause. This builds discipline without deprivation. The next point is linked to this one. It says, practice the 72-hour pause. Impulse spending is one of the fastest ways to derail your budget. A flash sale, a trendy gadget, or a treat-yourself moment can feel harmless, but repeated often, it becomes a pattern that eats into your goals. So before buying anything non-essential, wait for 72 hours. This delay helps you separate impulse from intention. Most purchases lose their appeal after a few days, and the ones that don't are usually worth it. This habit protects your wallet and sharpens your decision making. The 5th one, audit your spending leaks monthly. Most people don't lose money through big decisions. They lose it through small, unnoticed leaks. Unused subscriptions, ATM fees, random snacks, or forgotten charges quietly drain your account. Over time, these add up to serious losses. So at the end of each month, review where your money slips away. Unexpected fees, unplanned takeouts, unused subscriptions. These leaks are silent killers. Plugging them could save you more than any raise. Awareness is the first step to control. The sixth one and the last one for this episode is prioritize joy that doesn't cost much. Look, there's a myth that enjoyment requires spending. But when joy is tied to consumption, your happiness becomes expensive. It also becomes fragile. Many people overspend trying to feel alive, only to end up anxious and broke. You don't need to spend to feel alive. Explore free events, community gatherings, nature, or just spend time with loved ones. When you find joy outside of consumption, your budget breathes easier and your life feels fuller. Here's the truth. You can stretch your salary with discipline, okay? And it's important to bring this balance. But you can't build wealth by shrinking your life. At some point, the focus must shift from managing income to multiplying it. Whether it's negotiating a raise, starting a side hustle, or monetizing your expertise, earning more gives you options, impact, and legacy. Because thriving isn't just about making salary last. It's also about making your life count. See you at the next episode of 9 to 5 and Thriving.